I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jimmy Flanagan.
I am not August Gitschlag.
Oh, I still am. you're Matt Fox.
What's up, man?
All right, Matt.
Oh, it's noisy because we took the party on the road.
It's on the road, and we're under a speaker, and the bartender's like, "You're not cutting into my money, turning down the party."
Come on, get the shaker out. Tips,
And
tips, tips.
we asked him to turn it down. He said, "Turn it down for what?"
Yeah, he said, "I'll turn you up outside, pal." I'm like, whoa. It's like these male bartenders, they're such dicks.
And it's the only place you can get that sassy is Whiskey in the Jar.
Yeah, and still make money.
So, yeah, there you go.
Usually
There
make
you go.
money
And not get fired. Yeah.
and not get fired.
Yeah. Being an Irish boy, I was looking for Irish bars and Irish pubs. And Whiskey in the Jar, you would think it would be like your traditional Irish bar, just by the name of it. And it's your traditional Hamtramck corner.
It's just a dive. The name came because when
and that's I wanted you to share that story.
Took the bar over.
Yeah,
it was called Mr. Joe's when he bought it with Danny D back in the day. The number one song in the jukebox was "Whiskey in the Jar" by Metallica.
Okay,
and that was like the number one song played. And so they're like, "Oh, it's called that." It's literally that simple.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
fantastic. Now it makes sense.
You were talking to somebody on the side when the last time we were in studio, and there were several people in the studio, and you were having a conversation off to the side, and you told that story. I'm like, what? I got to have him tell that on the show.
Yeah.
And that other voice you hear, folks, sneaking in is Mr. Mike Didio.
Hi.
Blake Cider.
Hi, guys.
Well,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Once a year. That's probably all you
you need to come back more often. Is what
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Same time next year.
Right. There you go.
And I looked, and I'm like, oh my God, it's been a year.
Yeah.
It hasn't felt like it's been a year.
Well, I mean, you're always generous enough to sponsor the Tracksuit Party and to work with us and our charity events here at Whiskey in the Jar. And normally it was on Good Friday. We always would. That's kind of we chase the Catholic calendar with.
I was going to say, isn't that
Yeah.
fall like the weekend after Good Friday?
So we always did it on Good Friday. This year we moved it because of opening day.
Oh yeah,
Opening day was the Thursday.
you were down there,
Yes,
and you were actually
same.
helping out Tom T with the little music.
I made it look like I was. I actually was not DJing. I was babysitting a laptop for 10 minutes while you went to the bathroom.
Switched up the playlist.
But I made it look like I was touching knobs, so like girls would scream at me.
There you go.
Yeah. I did the Shaq Diesel style of DJing, Paris Hilton DJing.
Yeah. No, but that's why we're here at the Whiskey in the Jar, because Tracksuit number 9.
Our 9th one. Yeah, we missed 2. Should be 11.
Is on the way.
Right.
Missed 2 because of COVID.
So, And again, Blake's, Mike, thank you. Yeah. Always a massive sponsor for these. And,
I always like to one, it's now we've become friends because of this.
Yes,
2,
absolutely.
it gives me an excuse to do something cool, give back some money, and obviously do my job at the same time.
Fair.
Yeah.
But
And they step
So
up
you
for
work like you
Magnum,
don't
too,
have
in the summertime.
Right. So I can, brag a little bit because I threw a cool party.
There it is.
So we're gonna talk to Conrad about the origins and everything, but this is number 9. Augie, let's go to the tote board. So over the 8 years, what is the grand total so far?
I remember the first year we did it, we were ecstatic that we made $625.
Yeah.
Over the years, we've gotten more people involved. People have stepped up and written checks, and we used to get a bike donated from Detroit Bikes. We would get upwards of like $5,000 an event.
Wow,
nice.
I guestimate probably around $25,000 we've raised at Tracksuit over the last 9.
Nice. And that's just Tracksuit.
That's just Tracksuit, not counting the Magnum, which is we've had 10 of them. This will be the 10th one of Magnum. We only missed one of those.
Right.
So
that
that's
one's
a
always in
separate
August.
tote.
Separate tote. Separate, still the same 3 of us.
Yeah.
And Conrad will give you the origin stories how it all started. But
all the proceeds and the charity, it's for the Detroit Friendship House.
yes, that is the food pantry here in Hamtramck.
Excellent. And that's for Hamtramck, the 313 only, or
Yes, it's for the 48212 here.
48212. There it is. All right.
Residents of the
Love it.
21 Deuce.
2-1 deuce.
So we'll get more into Tracksuit, and we'll give Conrad over for the origin stories later. But I want to talk about cider too, and I want to drink one because I'm finished with my beverage. And,
Perfect.
Are
you thirsty?
I'm a little thirsty, so
I have one that I really want to try.
Yeah,
like
really?
a big old bottle of something.
So you're trying something that with us that you've never had.
Yeah.
Before.
well, now here's the thing. My wife and I, there's this little craft bar restaurant, Sonoma.
It's Sedona.
Yeah,
It's right there on Big Beaver.
And they have like just a massive set of taps and just a truckload of bottles.
Always.
And they do specials and they carry a lot Blakes.
Yeah.
Who's the
Always been
congressman
really
that?
good to us.
Who's the congressman that owns?
A representative, a Michigan representative. He lost the last election.
Oh, no.
Something
Can't
with
remember.
a K. I don't know.
I can't remember. I just
No idea.
If he had a more memorable name, he'd be more electable.
There it is.
Sedona's always been really good to us. So,
Yeah. So, but we were there, and they run like happy hour specials and like half off the bottles.
Yep.
And we noticed there were a couple special Blakes, and there was one, and it was like pricey.
Yeah.
But we're like half off. We're like, all right, well, let's go for it.
Right.
But it was like a special El Chapo.
Oh, yeah, El Chavo. So we used to...
It was crazy,
Yes.
crazy.
We used to barrel age El Chavo or habanero mango in tequila barrels, and that was El Chapo. Which,
All right.
who knows? One day maybe that'll make a comeback.
Yeah.
We talk about it almost every year.
But this was like an individual bottle one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very special, and it was nice. It was spicy.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
that was
the cherry barrel aged cherry. Saint
Cherie.
Saint Cherie. That is my favorite product that you guys make.
And then we stopped making it this year.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
All right,
we have to make hard decisions sometimes.
So sitting in front of us here, there's a bottle. It's almost like a wine bottle size, and it says Blake's Hard Cider.
Yep.
I'm trying to see.
All I see is in really tiny number 9%.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
I see that.
That's
I noticed that
That's
right
what
away.
stands out
I
to
can't see
you.
the
Stands out to
name.
me.
Yeah,
Gold Rush is
there you
ginormous.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you're looking too close.
I'm looking too close. I'm like, what's the name of this thing? It like wraps all the way out. Gold Rush.
So you need to get with Marty Nolenberg, the owner of Sedona.
Marty Nolenberg,
You
yes.
need
Yeah.
to have this.
So this won't leave the property.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
A few kegs will sneak out. One of them, 2 Tracksuit.
Oh, nice.
Which is really cool.
It happens.
So Gold Rush. What is Gold Rush?
So this year's our 10-year anniversary, established back in 2013.
A year ago, you had mentioned that when
Yeah.
you were around last time. It was like next year we're going to be celebrating 10 years, and
Yep.
this is how you're celebrating.
Yeah, so
10
we've
years.
done. We're planning on doing some single varieties throughout the year. A few other things that we've never actually put in a keg and actually served it. This specific one is Gold Rush Apple single variety, which is really cool. We don't do that very often anymore.
So it's one
And I haven't
type
even
of
tasted
apple in it?
The one type of apple, Gold Rush Apple.
Who's got the church key?
And then our previous one, yeah, exactly. We do need one.
I don't.
The last one we did was Golden Russet Apples, which was absolutely fantastic. I've heard this one's just as good, if not better.
All right.
A little drier, so I'm just excited to taste it. It's been sitting on my desk for like, I don't know, 3 weeks.
Oh,
It's
my.
kinda sitting there. And then obviously we're in our in our thread for Tracksuit here, and they're like, oh, we're doing this podcast. I'm like, perfect.
Oh my
Perfect
God.
opportunity to
Excellent.
crack this baby.
So,
Thank you for
but
that.
are these
Thank you.
available? Are these
Yeah,
bottles?
so
of
you
Gold
can,
Rush
yeah,
at-
so you can
but
get
gotta
them
go
at
Blake.
Blake's. Yep,
Okay.
yep. So
Only at Blake's.
only at Blake's.
Okay.
Yes. So.
And we're and
And
Blake's
is
is
That close to the
located.
microphone for the uncorking.
Right.
Tracksuit.
Do you
Get
want
it
to do the
close to the
honors?
mic.
Come on.
You do the honors, Mike. Come on.
Let's see if I can get it to pop.
Nice.
A little bit of a pop.
We need some glasses, there, y'all.
Right here.
Oh, sweet.
Drink it out of the finest plastic in Hamtramck.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
You would expect
I
nothing
wouldn't want
else.
it-
Nothing
I
else.
would want to
whiskey in
drink
the
a
jar,
single
yeah.
variety.
Just wait till the plastic cups of Yeji show up.
Oh
You know,
no,
there
no,
you go.
no. It's a week.
Oh yes, yes.
It's a weeknight.
But anyway,
It's
yeah.
always
So
a week.
we got probably a
It
few,
is. It really is.
few more of these options coming the rest of the year. So
Okay.
which would be
For
really cool.
celebrating the 10th.
Yeah,
it's
just
a
to,
special
just to do
expression.
something. Yeah, exactly.
Is
you
it
know,
once a
and
quarter or
really it's-
releases? Or?
These two specifically, we got some bushels of Golden Russet and Gold Rush apples, and it was an opportunity for us to buy apples that we don't grow on the farm, a little more heritage style apples, and make something really cool. So,
All right.
Just gonna show that off.
and
to
we
the
have no
camera there.
left. So
Yeah, Gold Rush. I couldn't see the name because it was too damn
It
big.
takes up the whole bottle.
cheers, y'all.
All right, cheers,
Cheers. It smells pretty.
It does.
Ooh, it does smell.
Notes of apple.
No. So I had asked you earlier,
You got
like,
that
is
one.
it
You got that
reminiscent of flannel mouth? Because that's a dry cider
Drier.
and drier
that's
cider.
really
And I'm
nice.
like, is this like,
This
is
tastes
that
like
like
apple
that?
juice.
You're like,
with white
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a golden
You
taste.
feel
to it.
super like for the cider nerds out there, I guess. A little tannic on the back end. That's where you get that like kind of like tangy taste on the back of your tongue a little bit.
I can see this replacing
nice.
New Year's champagne, man. Come on.
That's really nice. I'm impressed. I'm gonna have to give those guys a handshake tomorrow.
So is
it's very good.
How long will this be available? How much do you guys put out?
So I forgot how many cases of bottles we did. I would say a few hundred at least.
Okay.
So talking about 1,000 bottles maybe.
Yeah.
Be available until it's gone.
All right.
Nice.
And then that's that for that.
Right. But if you come to Tracksuit, you can get a pint of it if you'd like.
Sure.
Because we're going to be tapping a keg of it. So.
A pint of 9% cider. Let's
I
do
mean,
this.
maybe not a pint. Maybe one
is
of the
it
12
is it
ounce
9%?
but yeah, it is 9%.
It's a
I
9%
would never know
cider, yeah.
All those big letters and numbers, all I saw was that tiny little 9% right there. Stuck out to me.
So what was
Got to
kind
start out strong.
So has this been in the planning for a while now, or on the Gold Rush?
Well,
or?
the idea of doing some limited releases for our 10-year anniversary, we've talked about that all year last year.
Sure.
These apples actually kind of fell in our lap. Andrew, our founder, had the opportunity. Somebody had reached out to him, said, "Hey, we have 2 types of apples that you probably can make some really cool cider with." They're not cheap. You don't find these in Michigan really.
Sure.
Maybe northern Michigan a little bit.
But 10 years only comes around.
But he
every
took
10
the
years.
opportunity, so that kind of kicked it off. It was like, all right, we got these apples. We pressed them.
Are they Michigan apples?
Good question, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know. I believe they are.
All right.
I would say yes.
Make
they
sure
are.
Conrad gets
Yeah.
a taste of this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Otherwise, we do have a couple actual releases that we're going to be putting out in the market that we really didn't tell anybody about.
Okay.
So that's going to be kind of our secondary, at least, the folks on the street can go to the store and buy some of our stuff that we weren't even expecting to put out, but I'm very excited about.
Excellent. So because you have to plan, right? There's a lot of planning that goes into releases and what have you. But 10 years only comes around once every
time.
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the fact is that this kind of fell into the lap of Blake's.
Right.
And it was kind of it just happens that way.
A little bit of
kinda
destiny,
serendipitous.
especially to kick off the year, which, we had an idea of what we wanted to do. We pushed those back. The 2 that I'm talking about, that actually we're going to put in the market. And it was just really cool to be able to do something.
And you can't say anything about those at this point in time.
Nah,
Welcome
not
to the
really.
man cave,
Not really.
Augie.
I mean, you mentioned flannel mouth.
Yeah.
So there might be something coming that's close to that.
Okay.
Which I'm excited about. We did our American Apple last year.
Flannel face.
Um,
They're upgrading it.
Yeah.
Well, because the flannel mouth is really the
Next level.
OG.
Flannel
That
Jim
is the OG, and we discontinued that going into this year.
Yeah.
With the idea of trying to find a way to rebrand it. Maybe change the formula a little bit.
Okay.
We came out with our Imperial American Apple.
But
last
that's
year.
different. That's not the replacement for it.
They
No,
thought that
'cause it's
Cottonmouth
different.
wasn't
It
going to
is
sell.
different. It's way different.
You
It's
wanted
a
flannel
yeah.
mouth because Cottonmouth wasn't going to sell.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. The thing was
bought
like,
it.
You can say that, but that's
people in Michigan obviously, came to love that cider quite a bit. But try selling a cider called Flannel Mouth outside of the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
You don't have no idea. So you have no idea what it's. A delicious juice.
Yeah, it's
but
not a good
tool
taste.
time,
It doesn't
yeah.
get a flavor. It doesn't
Absolutely
come
not.
through in the
And
name,
people
right?
do-
Oh yeah.
People eat and drink with their eyes, as you know.
Yeah,
So
sure,
they look at it, they see a pretty bottle or see a pretty package, they're going to maybe choose that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But we have something
That was my nickname.
of the
in college.
similarity coming
Pretty
this
package.
year.
Pretty
Yeah,
package.
With your eyes, what?
It was,
So that's become a thing over the
Right.
past few episodes. As we say something weird, and Augie will come up and say, "Yeah, that was my name in college."
yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
That's awesome.
What was it earlier?
Oh yeah, the ice bucket.
Ice bucket. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
nickname in
My
college.
nickname.
I was going to ask what's in the can that you brought.
Oh yeah, do we want to crack another? So
Yeah.
So
So are these some new expressions
Yes,
here
they
as well?
are, actually.
And
So-
these they're in the can. So
yeah, cherry limeade, brand new release.
all right.
Camera.
I got it.
This kind of an extension of our what we called our farm stand series.
Yeah.
Lemonade based or 8-ish. Really nice cider. I was actually very impressed with this. Kind of tastes like a Sonic slushy, the cherry limeade slushy.
Sonic
which is-
slushy.
which is really good. And then strawberry cucumber. Really cool story behind this one. Just a single.
Sounds summery.
Yeah, a single drop for the summer. Basically, our wholesalers will get an opportunity to buy one time, and it's going to hit the market and be gone really quick. Really cool story behind this, though. Our wholesaler in Indiana, Cavalier, had an incentive pre-COVID. We incentivized our wholesalers. They actually got to come out to the farm and do a whole cider class. They came up with some ideas. I kind of split them up in teams. It was really cool. They voted on which one they liked best out of the 5 teams, and it was this strawberry cucumber.
Really?
We liked it so much that we decided to put it in the can this year, which is really cool.
Everybody likes it in the can. Like
Right. That was my nickname in college.
there you go.
I like it in the can. Ooh, wow. That's got a nose on it. All right,
you have the cherry.
I got the cherry limeade.
Smell out of the can is always going to be a little more offensive than once you pour
No,
it out.
no, I mean,
As soon as you open,
it's-
I smelled
no, I
cucumber.
mean,
Oh yeah, that's got a nose for sure. This one I'm very excited about. We've done a few things with cucumber in the past. Tonic being one of my favorites. It was a cucumber ginger cider that we
It
used to do.
smells fresh.
This is just like drinking. Yeah, it's kind of like a,
All right, so yeah,
a
when
green drink, I guess.
when you so the strawberry the strawberry cucumber when I cracked it, yes, I got cucumber right away. But then when I put my nose on
Dangerously
it,
yummy.
I get
Which
strawberry.
one?
The
the
cherry
the
lime.
straw, the
Cherry lime.
cherry lime.
Cherry
yeah,
lime. Man, it's like drinking. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
drinking a
it's
slush
candy.
It is like
It's
it's
like
like
a slushy.
the
It's like
slushy
the-
juice,
right?
Yeah.
So normally, and I'm not afraid to admit it, normally we don't backwater our ciders very often.
Mhm.
When it came to this flavor, we were struggling to find kind of a nice balance between the cherry and the lime, and it was just like too heavy on your palate. And one of our cider makers was like, "Why don't we just add a little bit of water? We know we don't necessarily want to do that on a regular basis, but
Right.
it made this way more drinkable and approachable, I think, for kind of everybody, which was really
That's
nice. So it
as
kind of takes
August said,
away.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it kind of takes
Yeah.
away like sometimes you get a little bit of an offensive like funkiness from cider. It kind of takes that away a little bit.
I've
when
never
we
been
add the water.
offended by any of your ciders.
Well, I know that, but
It's
some-
not like a Bud Light can.
I just
It does not offend me.
at the lake or by the pool
Yeah,
in the
right.
summer.
Yeah,
The
the only
hot
thing I've
tub.
tried this
Boom, boom,
dangerous
boom.
is
These
that
go
the
down,
Vivid
down,
Grove,
down.
the Vivid Grove sangrias. The only thing is dangerous is this
Yeah.
coming out of a can of ice water.
Yeah.
Or a bucket of ice water.
Yeah. Thank you, Wade, for checking in. By the way,
Yeah. He said,
Wait,
"Hey,
wait,
how do you
wait.
like them apples?"
Oh gosh, yeah. See, there you go. Oh man, I have
We
one
like
of
them very much.
one of our sales managers loves using that line in his presentations. It's almost kind of annoying at this point, but still funny. I love it though.
10 years.
You were
later.
talking about pretty packaging, though. You know,
Yeah.
our girl Selena, who's our lead designer, absolutely nailed this one with the cherry limeade. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The flamingo. The
And
flamingo.
the
Flamingo.
label. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
the label.
Yeah,
It's like
she did a
total
really,
poolside.
really good job.
I love that. I love the
From our backyard since 1940. You guys have always come up with all the other stuff that you've done in the past, like the previous releases. Your cans have just been the design of them have just been fantastic. Like I think Jamie last year you said it tastes like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
When you tasted the cider,
Yeah.
because the can was reminiscent of the kaleidoscope
Right.
as well, because it just brought all those flavors to
Yeah, I
life.
think that was maybe Passion Seeker. I think after that one. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, like you said, planning. I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, it's A to B is there's a million different ways you can go from start to finish.
You guys don't make Rainbow Seeker anymore, do you?
No, we kind of.
That was like a mimosa in a can. That was
Oh
lovely.
yeah, with the pineapple.
Yep.
That was the Passion Seeker. It kind of
It's
took
a
over
great
for that.
shower drink.
Shower drink.
Yeah. Saturday
You got
morning
a shower,
drink.
buddy?
It's hard sometimes to say goodbye to stuff that you work so hard on and people like and people tell you that they like, and then we're literally starting our conversation about 2024. We started that today, and we'll really put it together tomorrow, so we can start driving it into next year. And it's like we're already talking about things that may go away that I'm like already sad about.
Yeah,
right.
But the things that are coming behind it make sense, and but
I wonder if
they're always
Colleen
in the
this
book.
is too sweet. Colleen would.
The
Colleen's
strawberry's
not
going to
as
always
sweet.
be sweeter for sure.
Yeah. She likes cucumber. She's crazy about the cucumber things, and I'm not a fan
Not my
on the
thing either.
cucumbers. She's got this cucumber vodka, and she just rocks it hard.
I love
like she'll
cucumber.
put it in gins, and she just. But it's not for me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I like the strawberry in it.
Mhm.
And I was gonna say, I wonder if Colleen would like it, but she's not. She likes the dry. She's gonna go. I'm gonna get a
She's
couple
gonna right
bottles
over
of
the Gold Rush.
She's gonna go nuts
Oh,
on
it's
this Gold Rush.
It's so good.
Yeah, and like Matt said, I want to get one. I'm going to save one for New Year's Eve.
Right.
And then, what's the shelf life on a bottle of this?
I mean, we say about that. Unfortunately, we don't probably know 100%, but I would say at least 100, 180 days,
All right.
300, to a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Cider stains pretty well. It's kind of like a wine.
right.
Something like
cool,
this.
Keep it in
you
a cool, dry place. Will
Right.
Be all right.
We do. The funny thing is we'll do corrosion testing on cans just to make sure, but like the bottle's going to be conditioned anyway.
Yeah,
so
right.
Yeah,
it should
yeah.
be fine, but
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Because I'm
You'll
gonna
absolutely
get up
know.
here.
You'll be
Yeah.
sad about it. It'll smell like
I'm going to get up here and introduce
Yeah, yeah.
myself. I'm going to.
Because
There's a gentleman who's going to come over here that you remember was on the podcast once before when we
Yes.
surprised him. said,
we'll see.
come on up to Whiskey in the Jar and make sure you got your crate of booze in the back of your car.
Before he sits down, Conrad had the crate of booze in the trunk of his car, and he treated us to an array of different bourbons that he had in there. And I don't really remember too much about that podcast.
I remember the really bad one and then a really good one.
The Lusty Claw.
Yeah,
that I do remember.
The Lusty Claw.
And that was a gift from his sister, I believe.
It's got this
she
crazy topper on it. It's like this.
It's an eagle.
Pewter eagle, and it's like this big.
It's a shitty
And,
brand.
but you see it, and it's got a big pewter patch on it. The bottling is
it's beautiful.
Would seem to be magnificent, but it's actually really kind of tacky.
Sure, everybody likes a good package.
I say beautiful, you say tacky, but all right.
And and
I love eagles.
I'm going to go over there and get him while you guys talk about his package.
But it's not cheap. It's like $70.
Okay.
And it's just the juice is swill.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
$65 of that 70 is in the
bottle.
And
The
they have the
bottle.
packaging.
Yeah.
And they get going with it. Oh,
Conrad, welcome back to the Man Cave Happy
What's up,
Hour.
buddy?
we were just talking about the lusty claw in your trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I ever brought you out of the trunk that I was started off with. It's terrible.
Oh,
At
least you were honest
You
about
gotta
it.
do it. You gotta
pretty
do it
bad.
on a dare. It's the one you're like, oh, you hate if it goes away because like
It's
I'm not
the
gonna replace it.
It's the Malort of bourbons.
I was gonna say you put that behind your back.
Oh.
Which one do you want, Malort?
I got
or-
to go see the Malort factory.
Oh my God.
Like,
You got to
very
s-
special apparently that most people have not gone there. So again, I have a job that allows me to do weird, cool shit sometimes,
Right.
and that was it. It was
I
offensive.
don't
but
understand Malort. I don't understand.
I got
good-
to drink the like wormwood, like I mean it's 140 proof. The basically how they make the Malort off of the still vodka basically, and I felt it for probably a half a day. My stomach was
right.
just turning the rest of the day.
A
The guy's
great-
like, I can't believe you just did that. I'm like,
Oy.
I don't know. It's 9 in the morning. Might as well have some fun. So.
A great friend of Whiskey in the Jar, Ming, and I know August
Thank
and
you.
Conrad can talk about this. He
Look at his
is
service.
an absolute Malort fan.
Yeah.
Conrad.
It grows on you. I used to hate Malort. I couldn't stand it. Now every time
I
I've
agree.
had it, it was the joke thing that I had in my car, and I was like, I bought a bottle of the regular and the barrel aged. And there was one day I'm drinking it, and I had a shot with like August. I'm like, I have no reaction. Oh God, you can get used to it.
You know it's coming, and you enjoy it. So Conrad, August was telling us the inception of Tracksuit is all you're doing.
This is your fault.
So we wanted to.
I love this
Uh,
story.
he went to the
I
tofu.
love
Actually,
this story.
I'm going to go with it's my sister's fault.
Fair
I
enough,
love
fair
this.
enough.
But yes, many years ago, I got what I was considered at the time a terrible Christmas gift.
okay.
It was a velour. It was a black velour tracksuit for
Oh.
Mr. Allen's,
Gorgeous.
and it still had the Mr. Allen's tags on it, but the
Nice.
price was cut off. So after Christmas, I went to go try and return it, but she bought it like much earlier.
3 for
Apparently it was on
4, 2 for 25.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those deals, and like, yeah, we can't take this back. This is what I was like, okay, so. It stayed in my closet for years. I moved it from my parents' house to my house. It stayed in my
you
closet.
never got rid of it.
Moved it with
It
me.
migrated with
Which
it.
tells me that you wanted it the whole time. You were very excited when you got it.
And then there was one drunken bar crawl day. I ended up in here. August was working. It was a Thursday night. I do not remember what bet it was. I posted about it on Facebook, and I'm like, there's a sports thing on TV. And I was like, if something happens, I'm going to wear the stupid tracksuit to the bar tomorrow. And literally,
It
2
happened.
seconds later, I'm like, well, I have to wear the damn tracksuit.
If the Lions win on Thursday Night Football,
And then it became a thing. So,
And then they do.
so Augie and Mikey are texting each other. So Mikey had tracksuits, the other stuff, and it just became all three of us wore tracksuits to the bar the next day. And then people actually came down to see us in tracksuits. We had no idea why. It made no sense. They did. People in there. Our friend was over here working. He's like, you know what? This is a great party idea. I was like, we should make this a party. He's like, I'll DJ. It was like the party literally started with like a 10-second thing. He's like,
Love
friend
it.
DJ did this. Through the first one, decided we have people coming in here. Let's do a charity raffle. Let's like raise money for charities and stuff like that.
love
So
it. Yeah.
every one of these parties is a charity raffle that we do this. We've probably raised $15,000-$20,000 and for charities throughout like the parties we have between this and the Magnum PI party. And
Yeah.
it was one
Oh,
like
All
like
that on a dare.
on a dare.
And then years later, I got
a great Christmas gift. I kind of want to meet your sister. Like, who does that? It's amazing.
I did thank her years later that it was like I went and was like, you know what? I can no longer say it was a terrible Christmas gift, Kasha. This was great.
Yeah.
And it's the
do you know the story behind why she bought that?
It was probably on sale that she found something and, like,
she
you know
was
what?
like,
she thought you'd look good in it.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, I guess.
He reminds me of Russian mafia. I think he looks like a big Russian bear. I'm gonna get him a tracksuit.
See, big Russian bear is not far off. See,
Close.
I bet you that was Augie's nickname in college.
Big Russian bear. Yeah.
I love that.
I'm just gonna run with that.
So people listen whenever, but if they catch this before the 22nd of April, that's when it's happened. Coming up 22nd of April, and then all the proceeds going to the pantry.
The Detroit Friendship House.
The Detroit Friendship House, which is the pantry, and so all kinds of stuff. There's baskets. There's like Blake's will have a magnificent basket.
Yeah, I always put a nice basket together.
And then there's like booze baskets and sports baskets. And a 50. You guys do a 50-50.
50-50. Oh, I'm bringing my photo kiosk.
You're bringing a photo booth?
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
We have a traveling photo booth now. It's
of course you do.
That's things you do when you're 10 years old, I guess.
Yeah.
So, it is pretty cool though.
So
it's
the
like a 10-year-old's birthday party.
I do not have a backdrop. It's just like the stand-up iPad ones
enough.
that you see at weddings, basically.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. Mikey made a border for it, so it'll have the tracksuit logo and stuff on it. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You don't win anything with it, but you still take.
Mikey's super good at that stuff.
Oh, he's very talented.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna say. Conrad, tell me about the because always the artwork and the posters are always there's been 9 of them, and you're not just changing the number out; it's a whole new thing. How does this get made?
It all comes from the mind of Mikey. So he comes up with these and everything else. So he's a graphic designer by day, and he designs our posters for pretty much all of our parties.
Are there shirts? Is everybody who comes in?
There will be a limited amount of shirts for sale the day of.
All right. So day of, I love this logo this year. It's got the jackalope bonnet.
I really like
this
one.
I do.
The colors look good. It just, I liked it a lot.
It's
it pops.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. He nailed this one.
Yeah. It's I'm digging it. I might need to. I have been doing radio for so long. I got so many freaking t-shirts in my life,
dude.
I now say that about how many tracksuits I have.
Okay.
My wife is like, she goes, "You bring every shirt you bring home. You got 2 have to leave. If you bring a new shirt home,
awesome.
2 have to leave." I mean, I'm
still hanging on to my 89X t-shirts over here.
Well, and then I teach high school, so it's like every club and every time we go on strike, and it's like, another set of t-shirts.
Everybody loves a good t-shirt.
Oh yeah, but this one, I'll have to sacrifice a couple at home because I do want to bring the jackalope rocking the chain and the tracksuit home.
I'm very excited for this year. Tracksuit 9. Almost on par with 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, right. So
it should be 11. So let's just meet in the middle.
Minus COVID,
Yeah.
So Conrad, this is benefiting Friendship House, and that is really focused here in Hamtramck. You're in the city here, right?
Yes.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay. So how goes your position? Right? How goes your position in the city? What's going on? What's new and groovy? Because the city's coming back. I mean, like Detroit, the city's coming back, but Hamtramck's coming back too. So what's going on in the
city within a city? Yes.
Yeah, my position in the city is like I'm actually one of the most hated people in town.
Right on.
Since I'm the assessor, so
there it is.
Property value is going up.
Weren't you a librarian at one point in time?
I went from being like one of the most loved people to the most hated in 1 week.
He's doing puppet shows on Saturdays,
kid stories,
and to raising your taxes.
So that guy goes.
Oh man.
So that's exactly what it was. But no, it's Hamtramck's coming back. It's great. There's a bunch of events going in here. We're trying to bring it back. The bars and everything else are coming back strong after COVID. They're all picking back up. A lot of new things opened up recently. So Hamtramck's coming back really well. Bars are opening up, restaurants, coffee shops, everything else. And as you guys mentioned, property values are going way up.
That's
that's your fault.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
I'm the guy making people pay $300,000 for a house.
But they can sell that home for $300,000.
So you get a balance.
Yeah,
there's some people that really like
there.
I love Hamtramck.
Yeah.
It's just I'm lucky enough to travel from my job and go to most of the major cities, I would say east of Mississippi. And Hamtramck's just one of the weirdest, coolest places. You can't explain Hamtramck unless you actually come here and see it.
This is the diversity in the city
diversity,
itself. Yeah.
Just the the way the house, everything's so close, but it feels great. It's just different, And the food's fantastic. The bars. I mean, if you love dive bars, you can literally walk to 10 of them, and you can walk to them. Which is
Whiskey in the
impressive.
Jar it was like the worst decision dive bar?
Yeah, I think it was. They won it by like Thrillist. I think they named it like one of the worst decision dive bars in America.
I mean,
yeah.
And I think we all, from personal experience, know that to be true.
That is.
I object to that.
Yeji bouncing around here, so I can.
There's Yashnufka
Yes,
that has.
dropped off some.
Yeah, Yashnufka is a staple at Whiskey in the Jar.
What also helped makes it the worst decision.
August.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's his August fault. Yeah. So, Conrad, I have to know, how long have you known August and Mikey and Mike, and how far back does this friendship go?
Semi-new. So.
Yeah,
as am I. That's why
you're the past few years,
right?
But I want to say I think I met August in like 05, 06.
Okay.
It was here of all places.
Of course. I mean, why would that?
Surprise!
Yeah, I think I was here on like one of his first shifts that he started when he was working here.
Was that before he was the clerk of Hamtramck?
Well, this was before he was the clerk of Hamtramck.
Right.
Before he worked for the city.
So this is where his campaign started.
Yes, for somebody who's hired to not have a campaign, he still campaigned.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just because he loves people like talking about him. So
See, he's not in the cone of silence. He has no idea.
He has no idea.
It's right. I didn't realize he was right.
He'll catch it. He'll catch
That's why we're talking about it.
It's like, oh, whoa.
makes it better.
He'll catch it in the rebroadcast.
Yeah, post production, he'll clean it
All right,
up.
I want to know the meet cute for you. The rest of.
Yeah, but it was great because it was we were here visiting a bar friend who was bartending here, so a bunch of us came in here. We had like one of the things like one of August's first shift, and I do remember our friend before would give us a much bigger discount since I didn't really know him.
Okay.
And my buddy got like the round of shots. I'm like, dude, I'm like, no, don't go, don't do this, don't do this.
Don't do it.
And all of a sudden, it's like that round of shots for the same group that's been drinking for 5 hours was bigger than our entire bill before.
Oh man.
I was like, that's what happens when you get charged normally. But it was one of these. He was here working here multiple times a week. This is like my last stop before home, like after work and stuff. So became friends, worked on this stuff between some of the political stuff and democratic things, and here helping out with that and everything else. So we just became really good friends over
great
17 years now. God,
That's crazy.
That's good. That's amazing. So have you always lived in Hamtramck, or what brought you?
Technically Detroit, but yeah, it's like I live down the street from Hamtramck. It's I grew up here. I got pretty much got that by chance a job working at the library. Didn't think I was going to become a librarian. They convinced me to do that. So since I worked around here, I just bought a house on a whim.
Okay.
In a wonderful time of 2008, it was the magical period of mortgages for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so you're not assessing yourself at this point.
No.
That'd be a conflict of interest, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was looking for an apartment. Somebody came up and he's like, "Well, I'm selling my house," and within like 3 days, I bought a house. I'm like, "Oh, well, that worked."
Wow.
I don't know if I've told you, my mom was the Hamtramck librarian.
Really?
Yeah. Back like in the 50s. Zhirkovsky. Cool. I mean, we lived right on Kniff there. It was it's like a hair place now. It's Con Travel.
Okay.
That whole building, that was like my grandpa. They had the storefront, apartments upstairs,
so
a flat.
It was
another
motor.
House behind it, a 6-car garage behind that. They had the whole thing.
It wasn't motor.
No.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's where she grew up. She went to St. Lad's, and my grandmother sang in the choir at St. Lad's when JP2 came.
Very cool.
When he wasn't Pope yet, and he was just a cardinal or whatever, bishop or cardinal from Poland. He was here, sang with the choir. She got to.
She did. I thought you said the Pope did.
No, the Pope. Well, he was only a bishop or whatever at the time.
Okay,
but,
so all right, not a Pope yet.
He wasn't a Pope yet. Wasn't a saint yet. He was on his way though. So, but yeah, I got deep Hamtramck roots, man.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the biggest small town in America. Everybody, you go like anywhere in the country, pretty much you'll run into somebody that has some story or history in Hamtramck. It's truly the weirdest, the most amazing thing.
It is.
I was wearing a Hamtramck shirt in Boston. Somebody stops in the street to talk to me about Hamtramck.
Nice.
Baltimore, somebody's talking to me about Hamtramck.
Awesome.
I'm like, what the? You can't escape this now.
There's a bit of notoriety in Hamtramck, right?
And most of the stories almost always revolve around drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you can walk to 10 dive bars
Yeah.
from here if you want.
And back in the day, this used to be like the most bars per capita, like Guinness
That
World
makes
Book of Records. Like how many bars there used to be in Hamtramck.
Oh yeah. And the motor companies, the automotive guys, they started buying them up because people would
Getting drunk at lunch.
get drunk at lunch.
That's called
And they-
union, is what that's
and
called.
they tried like not letting people out of the
Safety
factory and
meetings,
whatever, and that was so they all right, screw it, we're just gonna buy the bars and shut them down.
Yep.
Wow.
Payday
Yeah.
Friday, they'd line out the door.
So,
at the bar.
yeah.
Right.
It was back in the day when American Axle was open too. I remember like doing that, like hearing the stories and like then actually seeing one day, like during the shift changes, like whatever they'd have or like lunches and stuff. Like you'd walk into the bar and there's an entire bar lined up of beers and shots.
Ready.
Nobody in there, and they're like, no, you can't sit here. There's people coming. And you just have the shift change or lunch crew coming in there, just slamming these drinks and going back to work. I'm like,
Unbelievable.
okay then.
That's a lot like the teacher lounge at school.
Standing next to a huge metal press afterwards. Like, you know,
That's why there were fingers missing. Okay.
Lefty jump. So, how prolific is Blake's right now? How many states are you guys in?
yeah. So, shoot, good question.
Talking-
I lose track sometimes.
Talking about I'll let you answer the damn question in
Sure.
a second.
That's fine.
I need to talk a little bit more.
It's all about
I'm
Jamie.
the same way.
It is.
It's
It's a
keeping
little
me
bit-
from talking, so that's good.
No.
'cause-
But
It's all about him right now.
It really is. But no, I contend that Detroit, Hamtramck, and our culture, I think shapes American culture. I mean, it
Agreed.
really does.
Totally
Without
agree.
a doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
the music and just everything that's come, the cars and the music and the culture, it just everything that's come from here, our sports fanaticism.
Yep.
It just all it influences the country. I mean, it's like the guys when I was like a teen and in a tiny tot. CKLW was a thing. The people that left CKLW went on and started MTV.
Yeah.
So yeah, Detroit
Right.
shaped the world.
Right.
You know.
Again, when
And-
I travel to these other cities and
So-
people are like, "Oh, you're from Detroit."
So yeah, but
Try to
is
explain
You have
Blake-
no idea what that means.
Exactly.
Right?
is
Right.
Blake's known as a Michigan product, or is it just Blake's? Are you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
positioning yourself as a Michigan
Oh, of
product
course.
when you're out there?
When you think about just the alcohol scene in general,
Yeah.
especially on the beer side,
Let's say spirits.
spirits and beer and
Yeah.
cider. Michigan's got some of the most well-renowned breweries and now cideries in the country. I
Okay.
mean, you can't argue that.
All right.
at all. Cidery's a little different. I mean, the Pacific Northwest was like
Yeah.
5 years before us,
Right.
You know,
Vermont,
that's so
yeah.
like, and the hardcore apple country, but
Yeah.
Michigan's an apple state anyway, so it just makes sense.
That's Sure.
I mean, if you look in data wise, I know you
Mhm.
love data,
I'm a data guy. Yeah.
right? We're top 5, 6 cidery in the country.
Wow,
which is
okay,
pretty
right on.
impressive. I would say 26 states, maybe 27.
26. Right now.
A few
And
of
you
those
start-
states are like not a full state,
But
but
here's the thing: you started with one.
yeah,
You started
Yeah.
with one state,
Yeah.
and 10 years later, you're at 26.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Blake's itself has been around since 1946.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
But in 10 years, you've gone from one state with your cider to 10.
Yeah.
There's a bit of notoriety
Yeah.
in what you guys have done
yeah, for
over
sure.
the past decade.
Yeah. And I think, when you're outside of Michigan, there's the nice thing is we've had people do it before us, the Founders, the Bells of the world, where you can go to Philadelphia and you see 2 Hardy handles littered everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that kind of helped us in that space
Okay.
where it's like, oh, you trust Michigan almost, like
Okay,
to make
yeah.
you good product
Almost.
for whatever reason. That could be just like, all right, fair enough.
So you might have Trojan horsed
Sorry.
in on them a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. So, but
Coattailed it, but
now
it's-
in the year that you guys, since I've seen you, we just built a production facility in upstate New York.
Oh, wow.
So now we are actually using New York apples and producing and Michigan apples. So most of our East Coast distribution is New York juice,
You had-
and Midwest and going west is Michigan juice.
You
So-
had talked a little bit about the expansion of because
Yeah.
you were looking, outside of the state
Right.
previous, like a year
Right.
ago. Right?
Yeah.
So now,
It came to fruition.
yeah,
which is
upstate
pretty
New
cool.
York is now a part of the
Mhm.
concoction, if
Yeah.
you will.
So if I'm, it's not going to be called flannel mouth. It's going to call it something else. When you relaunch it
I got you.
and rebrand it, if I go have a flannel mouth that was produced out of New York
Mhm.
and one that was produced out of Michigan,
Mhm.
is there going to be a difference? Am I going to see a notable difference if I get a Blake's over on in the hoity-toity East Coast?
Yeah.
Am I going to go, What is this swill? What
Yeah,
am I
exactly.
doing?
It might not be the flannel mouth. It might be the pinstripe mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No good. Nobody likes the Yankees. That's for sure.
Yeah.
In the our goal, yes,
Okay.
is to make it taste the exact same way.
Sure.
So we've just started putting product in cans in New York.
Right.
We did send some back. Obviously, we sent some back to
I like
test them.
I like it in the can.
Every single one of us. Yeah. Every
Sorry.
single. You know,
There it is.
I'm 12.
the first cans that came back, I mean, we tasted it. It was Triple Jam, which is our
Okay.
number one seller. Everybody
Sure.
knows what it tastes like. Everyone knows what it should taste like. We tasted it. We're like, it's not the same. And
Oh.
then so we sent it back. They sent us some more. We're like, that's what it is.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So there is some due diligence. Of course,
Right,
we're
right.
thinking about it.
Real
Yeah.
quick, Conrad, before you step out, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
Tracksuit.
Yes.
Thanks for.
Thank
thanks
you for starting
thanks to
this
your sister.
phenomenon.
Thanks to everybody for coming and doing this every year. So
it is pretty.
it keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Everybody seems to love this. So
I hate to ask the question, but is there a goal for a dollar amount for Tracksuit 9?
we don't set a goal for it. We're
That's
always
why-
just
that's why
amazed
I-
by it.
that's
So
why I hate
that's
to ask
why-
the question.
Yeah, you really never have. I don't think.
No, we've never set a goal for it. We're always just amazed at the end of this of how much money is actually raised, and we do this every year. So
Okay.
it's always been amazing.
I mean, the
for what
first
we've
time
done
I
here.
did Magnum, and when you guys text me and said we raised like $5,000, I was like, "Holy!" I was like, what?
And this-
Like, that's impressive.
in this little bar, yeah, it's like we all.
Yeah.
For
Right.
most people that don't know, this is a dive bar. It doesn't hold a lot of people, but
Right.
No.
between sales and
At
everything
Jazzy
else,
Beach,
and you're
though.
talking about like
Yesy Beach.
$10,000 of going through this place in one night or more. It's
Right.
truly an amazing night.
Yeah. It's just you got.
Well,
you guys have the-
congratulations on the.
You guys have the biggest
Nine.
hearts, and I appreciate the work
amazing.
that you guys put into this.
They're so
You know, twice a year, Tracksuit 9, and then there's Magnum at top of that. But just the love that you guys have for the city and for the people around it. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to everybody who shows up to it too. So
yeah. Let's go. Let's party.
Yeah. Right on. All right. So, but yeah, the quality control on the
Yeah.
Blakes.
Of course.
Because
Always
here's,
concerned.
here's my other thing. I mean, we're here in the Mitten, right? We're surrounded by
Mhm.
by lakes. Michigan water.
Yep.
Is Detroit water.
Yep.
It's a thing.
Yep.
It's the water is a thing.
Yep.
And so, upstate New York, that's actually good water country too.
We don't really use water, which is nice though.
Okay, fair
So
play.
I mean, like breweries, they're using water, so
Right.
they can use that.
Right,
We're
right.
using the apples, but in the same
So the
context.
Proof is in the pudding.
So the same context.
Well,
though,
your water, this horse pooped down.
We did a little
I'm messing
bit,
with
so,
it.
no.
I'm messing
So
with you.
the context though,
There
or
you
the
go.
same context is New York, upstate New York
Jamie
apples.
needs more of this.
New York apples and Michigan apples are very similar. They grow
There
about
you
the
go.
same varieties that we do.
Okay.
So that juice is going to be already very
Okay.
similar. So the base that we're starting with makes it a little bit. It's just us controlling it and making sure that
Sure,
things taste
sure,
the way
sure.
that they should. So,
All right.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey.
but when you're
August.
talking breweries, yes, that is one of the
Right, right.
reasons, or at least they say, is we have really good water, which
You
we
know,
do.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I tried to get Mikey to come over here.
yeah,
The
he needs.
third
I need
member
a
of our-
break anyway.
our trio.
so.
Well, you need a break. I'm talking
Trade-
too much.
trade
I don't
a
know
mic
how to
for a
make
mic?
drinks though. No, I haven't.
Well,
really
Conrad's there.
Is he being
that's
shy?
fair.
Is that what it comes
I
down
wanted
to?
to come over here and talk. Did Conrad talk about what we have raffled off? With the,
No.
No,
not
no.
at all.
Oh, it's Mikey's. turn,
That's
man.
Mikey's
All right,
turn.
I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah,
How
go
about
get
that?
him.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
don't
Go
we
get
don't
him.
know
He's
what's
got it.
happening.
If I don't
Stop
come back, thank you guys.
Oh,
No, no,
my
you're
God.
gonna
Thank you
come
for
back.
the
You're
chorus.
gonna come
Yeah, you
back.
do the kiss goodnight.
Yeah.
It's a tradition.
Was that your nickname? I dropped the Augie nickname at least twice while you were gone.
Oh yeah. It was like
Actually, the Kiss Goodnight would be a good nickname.
Yeah.
that'd be a good.
That was my nickname forever.
That'd be a good cider.
Long kiss goodnight. I like
Long
that.
kiss goodnight. Yeah.
So August, I got to tell you, I was
And
telling
same guy,
you know, I
August
get-
and Augie. I love how my
Augie,
name
August
changes during the
Ware,
course of the
so-
podcast, depending on who's talking to me.
honestly,
Yes, sir.
but your friendship with Conrad has really exponentially grown over the past 17 years,
15.
15. I thought you said 17 earlier.
I mean, if we're doing math, yeah. I mean, it's probably to
Anyway.
be specific.
It was my impression there'd be no math.
Yes.
But the work that you have put into Whiskey in the Jar, into Tracksuit, into Magnum, this is one of the reasons why I love you so much. Because
Are we having a moment?
yes, we're having a moment. The reation why is because
Somebody's
there's a lot of love
Hallmark
of the man
hero.
cave. There's a lot of love of the man cave, and Jamie and I have expressed our love for each other a few times. But the fact is,
A couple
well,
times on camera.
yeah,
Physically.
was I aware? But honestly,
Ah.
in all,
Just drink out of the
if I'm being and August, I love you.
Thank you, man. I love you guys too. If it wasn't for Tracksuit and Magnum, I wouldn't know you guys.
Yeah,
because that's how I met you.
That's because the two of you got together. You and Conrad met each other here, and then you and I met and Jamie. We all met each other here at Whiskey in the Jar.
In this space, this exact space we're in right now.
So there's a lot of friendships that happen here, and Mike from Blake Cider happened here. So there's a lot that goes into that, and the fact that you're able to raise money for a lot of great
we used to do
and what have you.
Like when I first 5 years I worked here, we would do like a birthday party for me. It's a reason to throw a party, and we just kept making money, and we felt guilty.
Sure.
So we're like, all right, let's do some charity stuff too, and then it all came out. So look who we got here. We finally got the Michael Smith here.
We do, but go on with what we were saying.
We're good guys, and all of us are pretty good people. And so when we're making so much money behind the bar, we felt like it's time that we should give some of this back. And there was the time. It was random charities. We did one year. We did it for festivals. Did it for the festival. We did it for Cup of Joe Challenge. We did it for the Beautification Commission.
Sure, and they got like 4 or 5 times what their annual budget.
Right, and then we just settled in. And when I got put on the board of directors of the Friendship House, we locked it in for the Friendship House for the Tracksuit. Mikey, he picks a charity for the Magnum PI party in the summertime, and that's his. We locked it in for him. So.
Mikey.
Yeah. So
good to see you, man.
the question people wanted to know.
Okay.
You are ripped as fuck. How often do you work out every week?
Every week. There you go.
And what was your nickname in college?
Always like
in college, I was tiny,
dumbbell.
Man.
I'm always. It's like
I graduated high school 6 foot, 127 pounds.
Wow.
So your nickname in college was what? Tiny?
He was all ears.
It was Mikey.
He was all ears back then.
I've gained a Backstreet Boy since then.
All right.
But we're talking about Tracksuit 9 is coming up. We talked about the origins, how much has been done so far. But what's going on this year? What kind of baskets? What are things people can come in and what's been donated so far? What are we looking forward to?
So my buddies from college, we used to play in the softball tournament every year, and the name of our team was called the Mustache Ride. So yeah, it's
the what?
Yeah, Mustache Ride.
Love it.
All right.
We were
sounds like a
we would go
1970s
camp right behind the outfield of the fields that we go to, and
in Chesning, Michigan.
We would just be the drunkest assholes out there, but we would beat all these old people that took this game so seriously.
Oh, nice.
We were hot pink and black, and we put NASCAR names on the back of our jerseys.
Were they calling out the arc on the softball
just to
too?
piss these people off.
Oh,
It was so much fun. Anyways, these guys are some of the best people ever. They really are. They rally really, really, really hard when it comes to stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
Fair.
So they donated a 55-inch screen, Roku TV.
Nice.
Wow.
We've got a bunch of Tigers tickets,
Home games.
U of M tickets.
Yeah, we've got two sets of two for the Star Wars night, May 4th.
May the 4th. It's actually day. It's a day game because I bought tickets to that game.
Okay.
May the 4th.
Star Wars games.
Yeah.
So we got
That's on a Thursday, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll be here working.
Yes, you will, because it's Yeji Beach.
Because it happens.
It's Thursday.
Michigan versus UNLV. We got tickets for that. What else?
Courtesy of the Rainbow Law Center, our friend Katie. It's great.
Okay.
I believe you went to the Firebird Tavern and you got a few.
Tony, who we had a great time with Tony and Owen on the podcast a couple weeks ago. I went down there and he immediately just started pouring that Woodford Barrel 6.
The number
into the
6.
glass.
Yeah.
Number 6. Yes.
That sounds good.
It was delicious. So I got.
Your eyes went all the way to the back of your head.
Yeah.
Good.
One thing that we do, we don't usually go for everyone wants to give me $100 gift card. I'm like, can we split that up into 4 25s or 5 20s so that every basket will have a gift card somewhere.
That's nice.
And they'll all have a gift card to Short X. I talked to Roddy today. They'll all get a $5
and that
hunk of sausage from
that,
Short
that
X.
drives people to their business instead of one person coming to their
Can
business.
I
You got
get
4 people coming to their
$5
business.
gift card?
Absolutely. No,
he's giving me $25 gift cards to Short X.
I put in a roll of pennies and I initialed them all.
Did you now?
So yeah, that was
Turn
going to be
right
like
out of his
50
pocket.
baskets,
Is that-
one in each. I don't know.
We have the Firebird Tavern, Pat O'Brien's, Catchy Cafe, Bad Brad's Barbecue,
Oh, nice.
Kunin's.
Wow.
They always give us.
So you guys make your annual calls and say,
we got our regulars. Yeah.
you got your regulars, right? But these are well-renowned known places around this area.
It got to the point where Rodney Schroeder grabbed me and says, "How come you haven't asked me for gift cards in a while?"
See?
Like after the Magnum, he goes, I'm just going to do them. So just ask. I'm like, well, we used you last time. He's like, I don't care.
Right.
We want to give you gift cards. We want, So Fulling Warehouse always donates a lane and some stuff. They're always great. They also spend a bunch of money here on raffle tickets. Chris and Noni are the best. They're the best.
The work that you guys put into your events I'm just blown away every single time.
Thank you.
I've had the opportunity, as is Jamie, we've got to DJ these events as well.
Truth.
And it is an absolute blast when folks are here, and it's all about a good cause.
And I'll tell you, the logo work that Mikey does for us is outstanding.
I love this.
Come on,
one of my
man.
favorites. Top three here.
Thank you,
This is
Squatting rat in a tracksuit.
I've got an
Yep,
art
yep.
director over here sitting at the bar that's like, can I get your information? I'm like, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
Are you freelance, right?
Yeah. I usually have cards on me, but because I rode my bike down today, I didn't bring my backpack. So
And
I
how
didn't
many
have any of this
miles?
stuff.
How many miles was that bike ride?
13.
13 miles.
Yeah.
One way.
Yeah.
Uphill.
No.
Both
No,
ways.
it's not.
It's
in traffic.
He's riding
in
south.
traffic.
He's riding south.
There is a lot of wind lately.
Yeah. Beating off polar bears with your loose leaf notebook.
I'm glad you said polar bears because I was worried where you were going with that.
Yeah. Well,
You're
polar
fucking
bears are
12
happy.
is what you-
Yes, I'm 12 years old.
No, this is your friendship has been just amazing. There's been a lot of changes over the number of years for a lot of folks, but this has always been constant. So thank you for that.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys do good work. It's not everybody cares enough to give back.
Well, you surround yourself with good people, and good things happen. And it's easy to surround yourself with the not so good people when you work in the bar business.
Oh, yeah.
You get
Well,
sucked into some stuff.
Yeah.
It gets frustrating, but you find the good ones like the Conrads and the Mikeys of the world. I mean, he didn't even work here. I used to pick him up and bring him with me to my shifts just so we could hang out. Just because.
Yeah.
And then one day I'm like, hey, you want to work forever?
Can I tell you how I started DJing?
You
I just started hanging out with Jamie one day. I was
Same thing.
introduced from a friend, and I started hanging out at Lipsticks 2 in the back of a DJ booth
Oh my
at 19 years old at a 21 and over bar, watching Jamie and Tool, Pat, work. And I'm like, I have no idea what Afghan Wigs is.
Yeah.
I just thought it
I
was a
still
hairstyle.
I still don't.
Greg Dooley, man. Come on. The Madigan boys will be so mad
But
at
this
you.
is how shit happens.
I'm okay with that. That's exactly how I started DJing too when I was in college.
Oh, yeah?
That was karaokeing, and then like, hey, we need somebody to. Could you
hit a play button for us?
Yeah.
With good music.
Can you do this next week? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we given a shout out to Tom T, to our DJ, our Tracksuit
Oh,
DJ.
yeah.
Tom does this every year. We did it once. He's like, I'm always doing this. Lock me in forever.
Where is Tom T now?
It's a good, right at this moment. It's
Yeah.
a really good question. 'Cause
Probably
I
pooping.
did not remind him. So
I get jealous. I'm like, man, I want to do a little tracksuit DJing.
Right.
You know.
Well, if you come and hang out, maybe
I know.
Yeah, you can meet a DJ.
Tom's
You can press play every once in a
Tom's
while.
got to go poop. I'll spin some records.
Sounds like me at the opening day.
Right,
Here,
right,
guard
right.
this laptop. I pretended I was turning buttons, and I was like Shaquille O'Neal DJing.
DJ Diesel.
Diesel. Headlining the Indy 500 Snake Pit this year.
But you guys are absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love what you do, and I know Jamie does as well.
I do.
I'll speak for
thank
you
you.
right now.
Oh, go ahead.
But
We're
Go
gonna bring,
ahead.
we're gonna
all right, here we go.
Didio back for the Kiss Goodnight.
Excellent. Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Love you
Thanks for
guys.
letting us invade your space.
You made away, baby.
Go make some money, man.
Yeah.
Tips.
Oh yeah,
That's
come
right,
down to Whiskey in the Jar. I'm here working.
Yes.
I need money.
Always.
Yes, Mikey is behind the bar. We forgot. We sent Conrad back there to cover for him for a minute.
Yeah, you did.
So
All right, my Mr. Didio's coming back into frame here. He doesn't want to. Do you really want to be here,
What do you mean?
like on camera?
Oh, I don't care.
Good.
Why do I
he's
look
too
nervous?
good looking to not put on
Because
camera.
look at you, man.
Oh, what does that mean?
Look, you're a good-looking guy.
I was born with this face. I can think
He's already married with kids.
Oh my
It's a
God,
waste-
though.
It's a waste now.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's
Or-
definitely true. Second, though, like my parents are like not bad looking people. I mean, you don't make this on accident, I guess, but My sister sent a picture of my dad in this robe, and I'm like, oh shit! Like he's like a pretty sharp looking dude. It looks like a thirst trap picture from like the 1979 maybe, but
back in the late
pretty
90s, the only
good.
time women came to my dorm room was when they knew my dad was coming to pick me up.
Oh shit!
Suddenly, the whole girls' side of McDonald Hall was hanging out. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, they know your dad's coming to get you.
I guess that's my goal in like 10 years.
I got good
years.
genes.
So I've been getting sappy a little bit over here on the Man Cave.
Okay. Oh no.
No, that's not an oh no.
Though they were talking about dick water over there. So.
Oh boy.
Well, this is even better.
We upgraded.
Can't wait.
What's dick water?
I don't
My
know
nickname
what
in
it is.
college.
Apparently in the red light district in Germany somewhere. I don't know. It was just a weird
No,
conversation.
I'm sorry, I've been getting sappy, but
This is what happens when you come to whiskey in the jar.
Just
You
it
get into
happens, man. You're at the
conversations
whiskey.
about
Things get weird, but
Anyway,
Mikey,
sorry.
What's the website if people want to know what new iterations are happening, where they can find it?
Blake'sHardCider.com. I
Cider,
believe
okay.
Instagram, Blake's Hard Cider Co. You know, you had to fight for that one probably, but
right.
Those are the two main ones. And then Blake's Hard Cider on Facebook. If you
All
follow
right.
us on social, you'll know what's coming.
And
We let
right.
you tease some stuff out.
All right.
You'll,
Cool.
You can always you can follow the farm stuff. You can follow the tap room if you want to know what's going on at the properties. Otherwise,
Yep. And Whiskey in the Jar, the MySpace page is what?
Yeah, MySpace. It started. Hey,
Oh my
I put
God.
this place on the map through MySpace back in the day.
I'm so glad that was
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, that's where it's all started.
The last thing I'd like to ask, if folks, because I have DJ'd a number of events, and
Yes.
a few of them have been at Blake's.
Okay,
And you guys have a venue space at your cider.
we
right?
do. Yeah.
And you guys have did you expand to another location
Um,
for events at all?
Well, we have now we have the Orchard in South Lyon, which is one expansion last year, which
Okay.
is pretty cool. It was Irwin's. That was a 100-year-old orchard.
Wow.
I think people were pretty happy about that because it was going to turn into housing.
Yeah.
It was going to be
And
a
you guys
subdivision.
So you
or,
save, so
yeah,
you salvage,
yeah,
and save
basically,
that.
which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. So hopefully, the second year with that would be really great. Hopefully, people they do. We have Blake's Backyard, which is an event space, restaurant, still kind of a little bit of a nursery, and then the main location on Armada Center, which is tap room, cider mill. That's where all the fun stuff.
It's a
Corn
great
maze.
space. It's outdoor,
Yeah,
but
corn
it's
maze,
it's outdoor, but it's covered.
Yeah.
So elements beware.
Yeah, we got a big tent out there. We have a bar outside now,
Yep.
covered. Garage doors, the whole thing.
Just your
Our
experience.
patio is actually pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you just want to come out for a pint or two and get a snack,
Well,
you're
if you
gonna
want
be
to
able
pick
to
up
do
one
that.
of like the Gold Rush,
Yeah,
if you
for
want to
sure,
pick up a special
especially-
bottle like
yeah,
that, you
that's-
have to do it
You
there.
could only get it at the cidery.
Certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
And
The Gold
tracksuit,
Rush.
and tracksuit,
And
And tracksuit.
tracksuit.
And
Yeah.
tracksuit. And tracksuit.
the 22nd of April.
All right, there you go. Anything else we need to cover?
I think we covered it all.
All
That
right.
was it.
Sorry, I got
Well,
sappy on you guys, but
Oh,
I love you.
I'm
Well,
sorry I
let's-
missed that. I guess.
Well, you're Matt Fox.
You're August Gitchlag.
I'm Jamie Flanagan.
He's
I
Mike
am
Didio.
Mike Didio.
All right.
That was my
Cheers.
nickname in college.
Thank you, Whiskey in the Jar, for having us.
Yes.
Thank you, fellas.
Cheers, y'all.
And, hey, another good show.
Come see us on the 22nd.
Come see us, buddy. Thank you, everyone.
See ya.